The scripture is from the book of John, chapter 14, verse 6, and I read, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. Thus ends the reading of the scripture. I am the way and the truth and the life. It is said that all of our questions of life can be answered in this verse. Jesus was always saying, follow me. In other words, it's if he were saying, if you believe anything, believe not words, but the way to life itself. In the past several months, we've had to deal with more disasters than most of us have ever had to deal with in our entire lifetime. The coronavirus, the timeliness and availability of vaccines, closing of businesses, loss of jobs, difficulty in paying bills, hospitalizations, loss of loved ones. And then on top of the pandemic, we've all been affected by the turmoil from the presidential election, the unrest at our nation's capital, and the very real concern for our safety individually and as a nation. If you're like me, you're sick and tired of hearing about it, tired of talking about it, tired of worrying about it. Wouldn't it be nice to just hit the fast forward button and have it all be over with? Yet we know that that's not possible. It's here, it's real, and we must continue to deal with it until it gets better and goes away. The other day I was watching the news, watching a replay for the umpteenth millionth time of the terrible riots at the Capitol by our own people, not those from foreign countries that wish to do harm to our democracy, but by US citizens, our own brothers and sisters, people that live near us, travel the same roads to work, send their children to the same schools, shop at the same grocery stores, enjoy the same freedom that we do by living in this great country of ours. How is this even possible? How did we get here? You know, we can strategize it and talk about it all we want, until my grandmother used to say, until the cows come home, trying to figure it all out. But the answers, they really aren't that relevant. Yes, justice should be served, but the answers on how we got here really don't matter. What is important, however, is where we go from here. How can we get past this and move on? Move forward together to a better tomorrow, a tomorrow filled with peace and respect and understanding. One of my real life heroes is Tenzin Gyatso, the 14th Dalai Lama. He is admired and respected worldwide as a man of peace. As the spiritual and political leader of the Tibetan people, he has consistently championed policies of nonviolence, even in the face of great aggression, an approach that in 1989 won him the Nobel Peace Prize. He has touched the hearts of people of different cultures and different religions all around the world with his simple message, that of greater understanding, mutual respect, and compassion amongst the nations and the people of this world. In 1990, 31 years ago, he said, I, for one, truly believe that individuals can make a difference in society. Since periods of great change, such as the present one, come so rarely in human history, it is up to each of us to make the best use of our time to help create a happier world. Periods of great change. When he made this statement 31 years ago, what he was talking about was the ending of the Cold War. The last war of Soviet occupation ended in Afghanistan, and the Soviet Union was dissolving its component republics. The Berlin Wall came down in Germany, and peaceful revolutions had swept the Soviet states of Eastern Europe. The end of the Cold War and the collapse of communism had ushered in a new historical era. Those were tough times, yet amazing progress was made in bettering the lives of many people. We can only pray that his words may soon ring true for us today, allowing us to get to the end of this pandemic and unfortunate political unrest, and allow us to get back to being a country of order, filled with peace and respect for our leadership and for our fellow Americans. So how do we do it? Where do we begin? Whether we like it or not, we have all been born on this earth as part of one great human family, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, belonging to one nation or one religion or another. Ultimately, each of us is just a human being like everyone else. We all desire happiness, the best life for ourselves and our family, and we all want to avoid suffering. Furthermore, each of us has an equal right to pursue these goals. The Dalai Lama said that in order to meet the challenges of our time, we must develop a greater sense of universal responsibility. Each of us must learn to work not just for his or her own self, family, or nation, but for the benefit of all mankind. Universal responsibility is the real key to human survival. It is the best foundation for world peace, the equitable use of natural resources, and through concern for future generations, the proper care of the environment. Universal responsibility. We have to accept the oneness of humanity. We have to consider the interests of others, and we have to develop compassion. We have to foster the most basic human needs of love, kindness, cooperation, and caring. None of us can afford to assume that someone else will solve all our problems. Not the president, not the government, nor the police, nor the doctors, nor the therapists, nor the clergy. Each of us must accept our own share of universal responsibility. In this way, as the number of concerned, responsible individuals grows, hundreds or even hundreds of thousands of such people will greatly improve the general atmosphere. It doesn't come quickly, and it doesn't always come easily, but it does come. It is possible. The Dalai Lama said that adopting an attitude of universal responsibility is essentially a personal matter. In other words, it's not necessarily what we say, but how we conduct ourselves in daily life. Very much like my earlier comment about the words of Jesus. If you believe anything, believe not words, but the way to life itself. We, each one of us, must take responsibility for our actions. This, after all, is our fourth declaration of principles. We believe in personal responsibility and that we create our own happiness or unhappiness as we live in harmony or discord with natural, physical, and spiritual laws. This is where you come in. This is where you can make a difference. And the best place to begin is within. Cultivating kindness, compassion, and seeds of peace, which results in inner strength and the confidence to overcome fear and insecurity. This is what Jesus did in his lifetime. This is how he responded to violent acts of uproar and upheaval. These were his teachings to his followers. Remember in John 14:12 when he said, "Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever believes in me will also do the works that I do, and greater works than these will he do." Works meaning actions and deeds. Jesus is giving encouragement and comfort to his disciples. What he is saying is that we, each one of us, can and will do incredible things in our lifetimes. And our metaphysical faith teaches us that this is possible by living in accordance with natural law. While there are over 100 natural, physical, and spiritual laws, the gist of the two most important ones are this. Number one, keep your word. Do everything that you say you will do. And 2, give respect to others and to yourself. And thirdly, we are called on to follow the golden rule, which is also part of our Declaration of Principles. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. All 3 of these things are very important in developing our own sense of universal responsibility. We have to be aware of our need for connectedness to one another, as we are nothing by ourselves. We have to have a reason to believe in something bigger, something better, and know that it is possible. As our new president, Joe Biden, said during his inauguration this week, we must move forward in unity. We can do this if we open our souls instead of hardening our hearts. There isn't anything we can't do if we do it together. A tremendous effort will be required to heal our country, but we can and will do this. And the best place to begin is within. As stated in our scripture today, John 14:6, Jesus said, I am the way and the truth and the life. I would like to add to this, ye are the way and the truth and the life. You are the way, and may it be so.